Hey MJ, guess what I've got? What's this? What's this?
Paper.
What do you think we're gonna do today?
I don't know.
You don't know? What do we do with the scissors and the paper?
Cut the paper.
That's it! Alright, so you're probably wondering why MJ is cutting some paper. Today, you're going to need to cut a little paper, so we're going to use parchment paper because we're making some Thai sticky rice. Now, unlike most rice, we don't just put it in a bunch of water and boil it. We are going to, in fact, steam it. So, if you have a bamboo basket, congratulations, you're cooler than me. If you don't, and you have a steamer like this, you're going to need to go ahead and cut some parchment paper out that's the same as the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and before we cook, we'll have a little bit of explanation about the kind of rice we're cooking today. Let's get cooking! Couple quick notes about this style of rice before we actually cook it. As you can see from the picture, the grains look a little bit different than most of the rice you're probably familiar with, especially if you're just used to Old Uncle Ben or the Minute Rice. So this rice you'll find typically in the Asian section of your grocery store, and it is labeled as glutinous rice, and almost all of it is grown in Thailand. So if you look at the country of origin and it's Thailand and it has kind of longer whitish grains that look a little bit different and it says glutinous rice, you found the right stuff. Of course, you can always go to an Asian grocery store as well and be able to find it. Remember, when you're cooking this style of rice, it's not the same as normal rice. We need to soak it first for 8 to 12 hours. So if you're going to be eating it for dinner, you'll want to start soaking it in the morning. Typically, I soak mine 8 to 10 hours and it turns out great, but you can soak it a little bit longer if you're so inclined. As mentioned before, we'll need a steamer basket of some sort, whether you use a metal one like I'm using, or you have a bamboo one. You'll need to put some parchment paper in the bottom, otherwise the rice is all going to stick and you're going to have a mess on your hands. Go ahead and cut a circle approximately the same diameter as your colander, and you want it to go up on the sides just a little bit so that you don't have any rice sticking to the sides, because as mentioned, it's really hard to get off. Finally, when you're ready to start cooking, after your rice has been drained, you're going to put it into your container that you're going to steam it in, just like this. Alright, let's get started cooking. The first thing we're going to do is get a big old pot of water, and we're going to turn it up nice and high so that we create some steam so that we're able to steam our rice. Pretty simple. Now we just have to wait and wait and wait. Finally, the water's boiling. We're ready to steam. Go ahead and place your steamer basket with the rice in on top. Then we're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. Once that timer goes off, we're going to go ahead and flip over our partially cooked rice. Ideally, you could flip the whole thing over, but I'm not that cool, so you're going to just go ahead and flip it however you need to. We want to just make sure that everything gets cooked evenly and gets a little bit of that steam action. Once you've got everything placed back off the sides, go ahead, cover it, and we're going to set a timer for another 15 minutes. Now, the tricky part, getting it out, I recommend taking a tongs, grabbing the parchment paper, and just sliding it right out like that. Well, I was going to do the taste test, but MJ's already started eating it. What do you think, dude? You like it? So this is a little bit different than most of the rice that you've probably had before. It completely sticks together. Super good. It's got a little bit different taste and it pairs well with pretty much anything. MJ already ate her whole sample. And it is pretty good just plain, but I like to use it with curry. You can use it with a lot of Laotian food. This is a Thai rice, but actually the country of Laos consumes more of this than Thailand, which is weird. And it's really easy to make while you're making everything else.
Daddy's the best cooker of rice.
I'll take it. Anyhow, that's how you make Thai sticky rice. Signing off for Cooking with Mr. M and MJ, I'm Mr. M. This is
Baki Chicken MJ. We're cooking like daddy. We're cooking the dad. We're cooking the dad. The daddy.
I don't think we're cooking daddy.
We're cooking the daddy. We're cooking mommy. We're cooking mommy. Out.
Does Mama know about
She's in the pot. She's in the pot.
Oh
We're
boy.
cooking Mama.